Hi, and welcome to part 2 of our 3-part series on how to play craps and how to win. So first, let's take a look at the areas marked come and don't come. They're the exact same bets as pass and don't pass, except for the fact that you bet them after the point has been established. Let's say that the shooter's point is 6, and you make a come bet by putting a $5 chip anywhere in the come box. Well, that's just like making a pass line bet, except that the shooter's next roll becomes the come-out roll for your bet. If the shooter rolls a 7 or 11, you win. By the way, if you do win, the dealer will put your winnings back in the come bet area, so be sure to pick them up off the table, or else it might be considered a new come bet. If a 2, 3, or 12 is rolled, you lose, and if anything else comes up, then that becomes your point, and the shooter must roll that number again before rolling a 7 in order for you to win. The house edge on a come bet is the same 1.41% as on a pass line bet. You are allowed free odds on your come bet, and you make that bet by giving your chips to the dealer and telling him you want to take the odds. The dealer will then place those chips slightly off center on top of your come bet to show that it's a free odds bet. One other point to note is that when you make a come bet, your bet is always working on every roll, even a come out roll. However, when you take the odds on your come bets, they are never working on the come-out roll. That may sound a little confusing, but here's what it means. In this particular example, the shooter's initial point was 8, and then we made a $5 come bet. The shooter then rolled a 6, which became the point for our come bet. The dealer then moved our $5 come bet to the middle of the 6 box at the top of the table. We then gave $10 to the dealer and said we wanted to take the odds on the 6. On the next roll, the shooter rolls an 8, which means he made a pass by rolling his original point number. The next roll will then become the shooter's come-out roll, and the odds bet on our 6 will not be working. If the shooter rolls a 7, the pass line bettors will win, and we will lose our $5 come bet because he rolled a 7 before rolling a 6. The dealer will then return our $10 odds bet because it wasn't working on the come-out roll. Now, if you want to, you can request that your odds bet be working on the come-out roll by telling the dealer. Then he'll put a marker on top of your bet to show that your odds bet is in effect on the come-out roll. Naturally, don't come betting is the same as don't pass betting, except again for the fact that the bet isn't made until after the point is established. In this case, let's say the point is 5 and you make a don't come bet by placing a $5 chip in the don't come box. Well, once again, that's just like making a don't pass bet, except that the shooter's next roll becomes the come-out roll for your bet. If the shooter rolls a 2 or 3, you win. If a 7 or 11 is rolled, you lose. If a 12 is rolled, it's a push or a tie. And if anything else comes up, then that becomes your point, and the shooter must 7 out or roll a 7 before rolling that point number again in order for you to win. In this example, if the shooter rolled a 4, the dealer would move your $5 don't come bet into the upper part of the 4 box, and it would stay there until either a 7 was rolled, which would make you a winner, or a 4 was rolled, which would make you a loser. The house edge on a don't come bet is the same 1.40% as on a don't pass bet, and you can make a free odds bet on your don't come bet by giving your chips to the dealer and telling him you want to lay the odds. The dealer will then place those chips next to and on top of your don't come bet to show that it's a free odds bet. The final point to make here is that don't come bets, as well as the free odds bets on them, are always working, even on the come out roll. Now let's talk about place betting, and that refers to the 6 numbers you see in the area at the top of the table: 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Anytime during a roll, you can make a bet that one of those numbers will appear before a 7. And if it does, you will receive a payoff that is slightly less than the true odds. For example, the true odds are 2 to 1 that a 4 or 10 will appear before a 7. However, if you make a place bet on the 4 or 10, you will only be paid off at 9 to 5. And that works out to a casino advantage of 6.67%. The true odds of a 5 or 9 appearing before a 7 are 3 to 2. But on a place bet, you would only receive a payoff of 7 to 5, which works out to a casino advantage of 4.0%. Finally, on the 6 and 8, the true odds are 6 to 5 that one of those numbers will appear before a 7, but on a place bet, you would only be paid off at 7 to 6, which means the casino would have an edge of 1.52% on this bet. As you can see, making a place bet on the 6 or 8 gives the casino its lowest edge, and this means that a place bet on the 6 or 8 is one of the best bets you will find on the craps table. When you want to make a place bet, you aren't allowed to put the bet down yourself. You have to let the dealer do it for you. To do this, you would just drop your chips down onto the table and tell the dealer what bet you wanted to make. For example, you could put 3 $5 chips down and say, place the 4, 5, and 9. The dealer would then put $5 on the edge of the 4 box, $5 on the edge of the 5 box, and $5 on the edge of the 9 box. You'll notice that when the dealer puts your bets on the edge of the boxes, they will always be placed in an area that corresponds to where you're standing at the table, and this helps the dealer to remember who placed that bet. When making a place bet, you don't have to bet more than one number, and you don't have to bet the same amount on each number. You should, however, make sure that you always bet in multiples of $5 whenever you bet on the 4, 5, 9, or 10, and in multiples of $6 whenever you bet on the 6 or 8. This will allow you to always get the full payoff on your bet. If, for example, you bet $3 on the 6 and you won, you would only get back even money, or $3, rather than the $3.50 which your bet should have paid, and this results in an even bigger advantage for the casino. Another thing about place bets is that, unlike past line bets, you can remove your place bets at any time, and you do that by telling the dealer you want your bet down, and he will take your chips off the table and return them to you. When we spoke about come bets before, I mentioned that come bets are always working on every roll, but that's not the case with place bets, because place bets are never working on the come out roll. If you wanted to, however, you could ask for your place bet to be working on the come out roll by telling the dealer you wanted it working, and he would place a button on top of your bet that said on to show that your bet was working on the come out roll. One last point about place bets is that when you win, the dealer will want to know what you want to do for your next bet, and you have 3 choices. If you want to make the same bet, just say same bet, and the dealer will give you your winning chips and leave your original place bet on the table. If you don't want to bet again, just say take it down, and the dealer will return your place bet along with your winnings. And if you want to double your bet, just say press it, and the dealer will add your winning chips to your other place bet and return any extra chips to you. For example, if you won a $6 place bet on a 6, the dealer would have to give you back $7 in winning chips. If you said press it, the dealer would return a $1 chip to you and add $6 to your original place bet. Besides place betting, there is also another way to bet that one of the point numbers will show up before a 7 does, and that's called buying a number. A buy bet is basically the same as a place bet, except that you have to pay a commission of 5% of the amount of your bet, and then if you win, the casino will pay you at the true odds. When making a buy bet, you should always remember to bet at least $20, because 5% of $20 is $1, and that's the minimum amount the casino will charge you. The reason for the $1 minimum is because that's the smallest denomination chip they have at the craps table, and they won't make change for anything under $1. The casino edge on any buy bet for $20 works out to 4.76%. So let's take a look at a chart that shows the difference between buying and placing the point numbers. As you can see, the only numbers that you would want to buy rather than place are the 4 and 10, because the 4.76% edge on a buy bet is lower than the 6.67% edge on a place bet. Some casinos will only charge you the 5% commission after you win the bet rather than when you're making it, and those are better bets because they will slightly reduce the house edge. Besides buy bets where you're betting with the shooter and hoping that a point number will appear before a 7 does, there are also lay bets where you're doing just the opposite. You're betting against the shooter and hoping that a 7 will appear before a point number does. The lay bets are also paid at the true odds, and you have to pay a 5% commission of the amount you will win rather than the amount you're betting. Once again, when making a lay bet, you should always remember to make them based on a minimum payoff of $20, because 5% of $20 is $1, and that's the minimum amount the casino will charge you. For 4 and 10, you'll have to lay $40 to win $20, and the casino edge is 2.44%. For the 5 and 9, you'll have to lay $30 to win $20, and the casino edge is 3.23%. And for the 6 and 8, you'll have to lay $24 to win $20, and the casino edge on that bet is 4.0%. To make a lay bet, you would just put your chips down on the layout and tell the dealer what you wanted to bet. For example, if you put down $41 and said, lay the 10, the dealer would then keep the $1 chip for the house and put your $40 in the same area as the don't come bets. But he'll put a button on top that says lay to let him know that it's a lay bet. Lay bets, unlike buy bets, are always working on come-out rolls. Lay bets are, however, similar to buy bets in that they can be removed at any time, and if you do remove your lay bet, you will also receive your 5% commission back. There are only a few other bets left to discuss, and two of them are the Big 6 and the Big 8, which are both very bad bets. To bet the Big 6, you place a chip in the Big 6 box, and then if the shooter rolls a 6 before rolling a 7, you win even money, or $1 for every $1 you bet. To bet the Big 8, the same rules would apply. You put your bet in the box and then hope that the shooter rolls an 8 before rolling a 7 so you could win even money on your bet. The Big 6 and Big 8 can both be bet at any time, and both are always working, even on the come-out roll. The casino edge on both the Big 6 and the Big 8 is 9.1%, which is the biggest edge we've seen so far. But if you think back about some of the other bets we discussed, doesn't this bet sound familiar? It should. This bet is the exact same as a place bet on the 6 or 8, but instead of getting paid off at 7 to 6, you only get paid off at even money. Why would you want to bet the Big 6 or Big 8 at a house edge of more than 9% instead of making a place bet on the 6 or 8 at a house edge of only 1.5%? The answer is you wouldn't. So don't ever make this bet because it's a sucker bet, and it's only for people who don't know what they're doing. The last bet we have to discuss on the player side of the table is the field bet, which is a one-roll bet that will pay even money if a 3, 4, 9, 10, or 11 is rolled, and 2 to 1 if a 2 or 12 is rolled. To make a field bet, you would just place your chip anywhere in the field box, and at first glance it doesn't seem like a bad bet. After all, there are 7 numbers you can win on and only 4 numbers you can lose on. The only problem is that there are 20 ways to roll the 4 losing numbers and only 16 ways to roll the 7 winning numbers. And even after factoring in the double payoff for the 2 and 12, the casino winds up with a hefty 5.6% advantage. In some casinos, they pay 3 to 1 on the 2 or the 12, which cuts the casino edge in half to a more manageable 2.8%. But as you've seen, there are still much better bets you can make. By the way, if you win on a field bet, the dealer will put your winning chips right next to your bet, so it's your responsibility to pick them up, or else they might be considered a new bet. That's it for part 2 of our video on how to play craps. Don't forget that in part 3, we'll talk about all the bets in the center of the table, plus I'll give you details on how to win at the game of craps. Thanks for watching, and best wishes for good luck on your next visit to the casino.